HS here doesn't designate a super fast rail route, but MG's largest SUV, which is offered in both conventionally engined and plug-in PHEV forms, and here features now smarter exterior styling, an updated cabin, and a PHEV model with a larger battery. As before, it's one of the most spacious mid-sized SUVs you could choose, yet it retails for thousands less than you'd pay for comparably shaped rivals. The usual MG formula, in other words, backed up by the normal lengthy brand warranty.
As before, the mainstream engine is a 1.5-litre 4-cylinder turbo petrol unit, uprated in this improved model to new generation form, which means total output rises by 7 PS to 169, and with the manual model, the 0 to 62 mph time improves fractionally to 9.4 seconds. As before, the top speed is 118 miles an hour, and customers have the choice of either a 6-speed manual or 7-speed DCT auto gearbox, which on top versions can also be manually controlled using the steering wheel mounted paddles. DCT versions also feature a series of drive modes, including Eco, Normal, Sport, and a driver customizable option. The 1.5T Auto model's performance stats are 0 to 62 miles an hour in 9.6 seconds, en route to 121 miles an hour. So what's it like on the road? Well, as before, there's a gruff engine note under acceleration, but things settle down at cruising speeds. MG has decided that the HS should have a choice of 3 steering settings, ranging from comfort to sport, but even in sport, it's not particularly feelsome. If enjoying a return from the school run on your favourite secondary roads is a priority, then something in this class like a Nissan Qashqai will suit you better. Some rivals ride better and roll less through the corners too, but MG has clearly worked on this, and in this improved form, the drive dynamics will probably be quite satisfactory for most potential customers. As before, the alternative power plant is a PHEV. And also as before, MG's plug-in hybrid unit is based around the ordinary HS model's turbocharged 1.5-litre 4-cylinder petrol engine. But the previous rather small 16.6 kilowatt-hour battery pack paired with this unit has been replaced by a much larger 24.7 kilowatt-hour battery, which in concert with a high-efficiency 67 kilowatt generator delivers an electric driving range of up to 75 miles, a massive 43 miles further than before. And pretty impressive given that at the time of our film, pricier PHEV rivals in this segment, like plug-in hybrid versions of the Ford Kuga, the Hyundai Tucson and the Kia Sportage, were offering under 45 miles between charges. The PHEV powertrain with its 6-speed DCT auto gearbox combines the 142 PS 1.5-litre engine with a 210 PS electric motor, up from 123 PS before, allowing for a total output of 299 PS and a torque figure of 350 Newton meters. There's a 0 to 62 mph time of 6.8 seconds en route to 105 miles an hour. These performance stats much the same as before, thanks to the bigger batteries, greater weight. This revised HS looks quite a bit sleeker than before, courtesy of a more striking front grille and restyled full LED headlights. From the side, you'll notice shorter overhangs, a rising shoulder line and a slim glass house. Compared to the outgoing model, this updated HS is 14mm wider at 1,890 and 45mm longer at 4,655, or 4,670mm for this PHEV model. Yet its sleeker profile reduces its overall height by some 30mm. Let's take a look inside. With the first HS update, MG didn't do much to change the cabin, but it has here, adding 2 prominent 12.3-inch high-definition displays. It certainly doesn't feel as budget brand-like as earlier HS models did. There are now more high-quality soft-touch materials than you'd expect for the money being asked, and not much button clutter. The seats could be a little more supportive and the indicator stalks still feel a bit plasticky, but that's about it on the debit side. The other dashboard screen, the central display, is of course dedicated to infotainment with live navigation services, including weather, live traffic updates, access to Amazon Music and smartphone connectivity, via both Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Well, there's certainly now vastly more space than you'd get in smaller mid-sized SUVs like a Qashqai or an Attica. The HS is now more comparable to larger mid-sized models in the segment like Volkswagen's Tiguan or Ford's Kuga. As a result, it's now possible to fit 3 adults here, which is unusual in this class, and headroom's good as well. Out back, with both powertrain options, there's a decently sized 507-litre boot. That's 44 litres bigger than before. That capacity measured up to the window line. That's about mid-level in size by segment standards. We didn't expect the HS to deliver class-leading efficiency stats, and in its conventional form it doesn't. It gets pretty close to the class standard though. The 1.5-litre petrol manual model manages a combined WLTP cycle figure of 37.2 mpg and a WLTP rated CO2 emissions figure of 168 grams per kilometre. For the DCT Auto, the figures are 38.3 mpg and 173 grams per kilometre. All these figures are fractionally better than before, and they mean that this car could return up to 400 miles from every tank, though you'll need to restrain your right foot a bit to get close to that figure. What about this PHEV version? Well, as I told you in our driving section, MG reckons this variant's now larger, 24.7 kilowatt-hour HS PHEV variant will deliver a WLTP-rated combined all-electric range of up to 75 miles. This plug-in hybrid can claim the usual PHEV fantasy figure, combined cycle fuel reading, in this case rated at up to 565 mpg. In reality, you'll probably get economy close to what you'd have previously had in this segment at the wheel of a good diesel. The tax-beating claimed CO2 return is up to 12 grams per kilometre, which puts the car in a very affordable 5% benefit-in-kind tax band. Charging time via a 7 kilowatt wall box is 4 hours for full replenishment. If you've previously looked at the kind of spacious mid to large sized SUV your family needs, then looked away when you've seen the asking prices, then this MG HS is for you. It's certainly the case that the cabin finishing still isn't quite of the standard you'd find with more established brands, and the same is true of the base 1.5T model's efficiency figures and the handling. But there's not as much in it as you might think, and the potential list price savings here are substantial. If that matters, then we think you'll find plenty to like about this HS, particularly in this updated form. It's practical, well equipped, and even quite nice to look at. You'll just have to get used to explaining to your neighbours what it is.